Shalom, we are the disciples of Yahushua. Come on here day in and day out, teaching that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the original Jews of the Bible, and we are God's chosen people. Now, the events that's happening today are prophecies being unfolded right before your very eyes. But a lot of us, we have eyes to see, but we don't understand that the events that's happening with the inflation of gas prices and the inflation of food prices, that the food is going to run out. We don't understand that that is prophecy. The fact that we hear these words being read out of the scriptures, we don't have the ears to understand and to know that everything in this book, America is going down, and the inflation of the gas prices and the food shortage, you're seeing and living in a time where America will crumble. Now, if you're not keeping the commandments of the Lord, you're going to crumble along with America. And the food shortage, a lot of people are going to die. When there's a food shortage, a lot of people are going to die. This food shortage is going to be like nothing any of us have ever seen. When this food shortage happens, it's a wrap. Shalom, bro.
Peace.
Salute.
You alright?
All right, yeah, I'm cool.
Israelite.
Of course,
Moses.
All right.
Moses, right?
No, my name ain't Moses,
No,
bro.
I'm not saying your name Moses. I'm
Right.
saying Moses. Like, going, following.
Yeah, go. I follow Yahushua Christ. So, these events that's happening, right? The inflation of food prices, the inflation of gas prices, this is prophecy being unfolded before our very eyes. Now, there's millions of Israelite brothers that's out here in North America, especially in the streets of Philadelphia, right? Constantly, day in and day out on the highways and the byways, being the watchmen that they are commanded to be, to tell you that if you do not turn from your wicked ways, and a lot of people say, well, if I don't kill people, if I don't steal, then I'm not wicked. If you don't keep the commandments of God, if you eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, if you celebrate American holidays which are dedicated to other gods, you're committing idolatry. If you do not keep the commandments of God, you're wicked. And because you're wicked, we're commanded to come out here to tell you to turn from your wicked ways. Stop breaking the commandments of the Lord and come to your heritage of who you really are. You're a king, a prince. The women are princesses, and this is a royal nation. Ezekiel chapter 33 verse 1. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coats, and set them for their watchmen. So, the watchman's duty is to watch. The watchman's duty is to look and watch for danger. When a watchman sees danger, that watchman warns the people, right? The events that's happening today, they are prophecies that is unfolding before our eyes. Now, being so that me and countless amounts of other brothers see that these events that's happening now, it actually is prophecy that's unfolding before our eyes. What are we doing? We're letting you know that if you do not stop from your wicked ways, right? If you do not keep the commandments of the Lord, you will die. You actually think that you can go through life breaking the commandments of God and the Lord will not punish you? If you break the commandments of God, the Lord will punish you. If when he said the sword come upon the land, he blew the trumpet and warned the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword comes and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So, we're blowing the trumpet of the Lord by letting you know that America is falling before your eyes. It's not going back to how it was. It never is. So, if you do not turn from your wicked ways, you will die a horrible death of a sinner. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. So, if you hear like America is about to fall, we're living in a generation of Babylon's crumbling down. We're seeing it, right? Every empire, it flourishes. Also, every empire, it falls down to the ground. If you do not stop committing wickedness, if you do not obey the Lord's commandments, when America falls, when the food shortage really happens, imagine when this food shortage happens, right? You know what you got to think about? You got to think about people kidnapping you. You got to think about people kidnapping you. And when there's no food, guess what happens? People turn towards cannibalism. Imagine what we live. And the experience where there's no food, people turn to cannibalism. They kidnap you, tie you up, they cut parts of your body off, boiling in a pot, eating your whole body. You know why? Because there's no food. That's what we're going to have to live through. But, again, the watchman of the Lord is out here day in and day out. Ezekiel 33 verse 11, saying to them as I live, says the Most High, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. So, the Lord, he has no pleasure. The Lord has no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but he wants the wicked to change from his wicked ways. If the wicked does not change from his wicked ways, then the Lord has no choice but to put you to death. The Lord is saying that, why would you die? We only have two choices. We have two choices while we live on this earth. That's life and death. If you keep the commandments of the Lord, you will inherit life. If you disobey the commandments of the Lord, you will inherit death. Again, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, if he turn from his sin and do that which is lawful and right, if the wicked restore the pledge, give again that he had robbed, walk in the statutes of life, without committing iniquity, he shall surely live, he shall not die. So, the wicked are those who break God's commandments. The wicked are those who break God's commandments. They don't teach us this in the Catholic Church or in the Christian church. The Lord still requires of us to keep his commandments. We are required to keep God's commandments. And because a lot of us don't, guess what? A lot of us are wicked. So, yes, we'll be prepared for the wicked. If you don't keep the commandments of God, the Lord is sending death your way. The Lord doesn't want the wicked to die. He just wants the wicked to change from his wicked ways. But the Lord also says that if a wicked man hears the trumpet, hear the words of the Lord, and he changed from his wicked ways, and he started to obey the commandments of God, then the Lord will forget all of that man's sin. Because that man has turned from his wickedness and done that which was right and lawful according to him. Prophecy is fulfilling itself. Everybody walking around like America going go back to the way it was. If they could go walk in the store, buy whatever they want. Little do they know, hell is about to break loose. And if you're not keeping God's commandments, you're going to die. The food shortage is coming. You best believe that. That man that you with right now, when that food shortage happens, you're going to see his true color. Turn on you in a second. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. So, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are destroyed. We are destroying nation of people because we don't want to do what pleases the Lord. All we want to do is commit iniquity, break the laws, statutes, and the commandments, and say, my belief is my belief. If I want to believe in Muhammad, I'll believe in Muhammad. If I want to believe in Christianity, I'll believe in Christianity. If I want to believe in Catholicism, I'll believe in Catholicism. But guess what? You believe in all that. You believe in all those doctrines. If you want to, you will have the answer as well. The Lord is with no other doctrine but the doctrine that's in His Bible. So, because we don't know that we're the original Jews in the Bible, we're destroyed. Because we're shooting and killing each other, we're destroyed. But every nation on this earth, they know their nationality, they know where they come from, they can tell their ancestry, but when it comes to us, we're destroyed. We know nothing. We know nothing at all. Hosea chapter 4 verse 11. Verse 12. My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declares unto them, for the spirit of whoredoms have caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their gods. So, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have gone to whoring, right? We played the whore. The God of the Bible, the God of the Bible is not the God of Islam. It's not the God of the Christian church. It's not the God of the Catholic Church, right? But what? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we played the whore when it comes to the God of the Bible, right? We want to seek counsel from any and every other religion except for the God of the Bible. Except for keeping the law, statutes, and the commandments. We rather keep Ramadan. We rather eat the cracker and drink the little cup of juice at the so-called communion. Right? We're taking counsel from other spirits through these religions, and we're going astray from Yahweh, the power of the Bible. Now, we show you that the Lord, the God of this Bible, He's not the God of everybody. Every other nation on this earth, they got their gods. They have their idols. They have their statues. The Catholic Church, all they worship is statues and idolatry. The East Indians, all they worship is statues and idolatry. The Christians, all they worship is statues and idolatry. The Asians, all they worship statues and idolatry. Right? They have their gods. They have their gods. What do they need the God of the Bible for? They don't need them for anything. They have their gods. They have their idols. But the God of the Bible, Yahweh, the God of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are the original Jews of the Bible, He is only our God. Thus says the Lord. The book of Job, chapter 3, verse 27. Chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh their God. Ain't nothing else. And my people shall never be ashamed. The Lord says that, and we shall know that He is in the midst of us. He is our God, and His name is Yahweh. He is not the God of anyone else. The Arabs, they got their idols, which is the Kaaba. The Asians, they got their idols. The Catholic churches, they got their idols. The Christian church, they have their idols. Every nation on this earth, they have their idols and their gods. But the God of the Bible, He's the God of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the original Jews of God, whether you know or not. Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh have not done it? So, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Well, the trumpet has been blown in America. A lot of the brothers and sisters that's in this truth, they see the signs that's happening. They see the events and they understand that it is prophecy being fulfilled. But the rest of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who lost in the sauce, who walking around like chickens with their heads cut off, they don't know a damn thing. They think that America will never turn to what it was 4 years ago. America will never go back to how it was. You could think that it's going to go back. You could put your trust in America all you want. But when America falls, you're going to fall right along with it. Surely the Most High will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Most High hath spoken, who can but prophesy? So, the lion has roared, right? The Lord has shown his prophecy. The Lord's prophecy is unfolding before our eyes. Who can look at these events and tell that it is prophecy unfolding in front of our eyes, right? The gas is going up because of the war. You're right, the gas is going up because of the war. But you don't understand that this is actually biblical prophecy. That these things were written aforetime to even happen before it even happened today. The fact that you don't understand that lets me know that you're only meant to be firewood if you do not repent and turn from your wicked ways. Now, this food shortage is going to happen real soon. The Quran does not talk about a food shortage. But you know what? The Quran just says that the children of Israel are the chosen of the Lord. Right? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are God's chosen people, whether you know it or not. I'm going to tell you this though. If you're not keeping the commandments, right? Islam will not save you from the Lord. Christianity will not save you from the Lord. The Catholic Church will not save you from the Lord. If you're not keeping the commandments, the Lord is going to judge you. He's going to put fire to that ass. If you're not keeping the commandments, that's it. That is it. So, these prophecies that's unfolding right now, when they unfold, you're gonna see that a prophet of the Lord been among you. A prophet of the Lord told you that these things will happen. And when it happens, you're not going to be able to say, I did not know. I didn't know this was going to happen. You knew that a food shortage was going to happen. Why? It's prophesied in this Bible. In the Quran, you cannot find it. In the Catholic Bible, you cannot find it. You cannot. So, the law, statutes, and commandments and beliefs in Yahweh Shai Mashiach is what's going to save you. Everything else is not. If it's not the law, statutes, and commandments and obeying the God of this Bible, prepare for death. Because that's what's coming to our doorstep. Ecclesiasticus. Chapter 52, verse 8. Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish in the extreme age that contendeth with those that are young. Thus shalt thou be truly learned and improved of all men living. So, the young men that know the truth, we gotta correct the old, correct the elderly. Why? The elderly, they done led us astray from the Lord. The elderly, they don't keep the commandments of God. The elderly are unlearned. They're unwise. They're not wise at all. But they're unlearned and they're untaught. So, the young men and prophets of the Lord, we got to correct the young men and the old men. Prophecy is fulfilling itself right before our eyes. coming days, this generation that we're living in, the events that we're seeing is prophecy. Inflation of gas prices, inflation of food prices. A famine is going to come real soon. And a lot of people are going to die in a famine of food. Second Esdras chapter 13 and verse 16. For as I conceive in mine understanding, destruction unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more destruction unto them that are not left behind. So, you got the prophet Esdras. The Lord showed him a vision, and the interpretation of the vision. Esdras said that destruction unto those that are left behind. Destruction unto those that will be left on the earth when the food shortage erupts. Destruction on the earth to those who die because there is no food. For as I conceive in mine understanding, destruction unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more destruction unto them that are not left behind. So, destruction unto those that have to experience the food shortage, destruction unto those that will have to live through not being able to eat, not being able to go to the grocery store and buy food like they used to. Why? Because their belly is going to be touching their back. They're not going to know where they get their next meal from. So destruction is unto them. They're going to feel bad. They're going to be in a bad situation. And destruction unto those who actually died from the famine. For they were not left wearing heavy necks. Now understand, the things that are laid up in the latter days, what shall happen to them and to those that are left behind. So, the Lord didn't show the prophet Esdras. The Lord showed the prophet Esdras a vision, right? And the Lord gave the prophet Esdras interpretation of that vision. And Esdras said, destruction unto those that are left behind, right? Meaning, those that are going to be left behind, they are the ones that are going to be alive. They are the ones that are going to have to live through the food shortage. They are the ones that are going to have to live through Jacob's trouble. Destruction is unto them. Why? Because they will have heavy hearts. They will not know where to get their next meal from. They will be starved. And also, destruction unto those who do die for the lack of food. Therefore they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare. So, we are in the last days right now. If the gas is going to go up, up, up and away, the food is going to go up, up, up and away. When the food goes up, countless amounts of money going to have to be spent. Money that people don't got. So when the money that has to be spent to buy the food that people don't got, guess what? Robbery, thieving, killings, murders. A lot of wickedness is going to happen. We're in the last days. Yet, is it easier for us that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world? days. You know why? Because all the events that's taking place, America is falling. Now, when you're alive, living in the last days, you'll be able to see America fall. But those that are dead, they don't have the chance to see America fall. The interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the things that thou hast required. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind. This is the interpretation. So, those that will be left behind, when the food shortage, when the famine hit, when all wickedness increase in the streets, they're going to be left behind. And the Lord told the prophet Esdras, he said, this is what's going to happen to those that are left behind. He that shall endure the power when that time has kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works in faith towards the Almighty. I'll read it again. He that shall endure the peril in that time, he hath kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith towards the Almighty. We're living in the last days, believe it or not. A lot of people going to die. But you know how you keep yourself from dying in the last days? By keeping the commandments of the Lord. By being obedient. But, know this. Those who keep the commandments of the Lord, right? They're going to be put through things too. We're going to witness the food shortage. We're going to witness a lot of thieving, a lot of killing. We're going to witness everything in that nature. Why? Because we're going to be witnessing the fall of Babylon.